Stein is known in the basketball world as a gifted player who never lived up to his full potential, but what is less talked about are the reasons behind his decline and how he managed to function as an NBA player while being high on fentanyl for most of the time, even during practices. But wait, how can an NBA player take fentanyl and still play basketball at the highest level? And more importantly, how is he still alive after taking fentanyl every day for a couple of years? I mean, fentanyl is known to be one of the deadliest drugs in the world, with 2 pounds of it being enough to kill 500,000 people. You could say that Willie Constine being alive today is pure luck, but his story puts it in a whole new perspective. So stay tuned as we take a look at how Willie Constine,
Unless his ass was just over smarted, he knew the exact amount. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I heard you could like pass away off like a tiny ass tip of that shit just touching your tongue. So shit, I don't know how the fuck he was practicing and in the games off that shit. His height probably got something to do with it. They probably prescribed his ass that shit. I don't know, man. They can't do that shit. What the fuck?
managed to play in the NBA while being high on fentanyl. Willie Constine was born in Kansas and
Now, I
already
don't know Willie Constine, but if he was playing off fentanyl, that means his ass must have been raw as hell. Cause ain't no way he doing this shit in the NBA and made it to the NBA and not raw. Like, come on now, bro. That must be like his secret power. They must have made like Mike about him. Like, he found the shoes. No, nigga, this nigga found the secret drug. Fuck you talking about? His ass probably found the secret drug to fucking being great. Now, what if that's the key to making to the NBA? What if all of y'all be doing that shit? That'd be crazy. Hey, Steph Curry probably do the most. That's why he be hitting all them threes on game. Let me find out.
early age looked like he was destined to become a basketball player. He has said in interviews that as a kid, he was so tall that he used to play basketball with his big brother and his friends, which gave him the initial training he needed to kick off his career. He was also mostly raised by his grandmother, and remember this part since it's going to be important later. In high school, Willie Constine primarily played football, but continued focusing on basketball as he went
find out grandma was the one giving it to him.
to college. As a freshman, he started his career being on the bench behind top prospect Norman Wells. But when Norman Wells injured his knee in the game against Florida, Willie Constine was finally given the opportunity to showcase his talents. This was the golden opportunity for Willie Constine to show what he was capable of, and he wasn't going to let it slip away. He performed so well, in fact, that by the end of the season, Willie Constine was named to the All-SEC freshman team. The next step in Willie Constine's career was his sophomore year, where he performed just as well, if not better, than last year. The future was looking bright, and during this time, Willie Constine managed to be projected as a top 15 pick in the 2014 draft.
Bro, as long as he thorough, bro, you could tell he going to the NBA, and you already know he going to the NBA, bro. Just look at his height. The nigga don't even got to jump to dunk the ball. Look at how many rebounds he getting. I don't even care if you put Shaq next to that nigga. Dude is tall as hell. He tall. And it's only his sophomore year. I thought he was in the NBA already. Come on now. He already touching the rim.
But sadly, a setback was right around the corner as Willie got injured and was forced to miss the rest of the season. His injury didn't manage to keep him down for a long period of time. Willie Constine returned for his junior year, more dedicated than ever, and he secured his place in the NBA draft by the end of it. He made his debut in the NBA playing for the Sacramento Kings, where his career really took off. It seemed like Willie Constine was able to reach his prime as he proved himself to be a valuable member of the team. In total, Willie played 4 seasons as a member of the Kings and hoped to take the next step in his career, going into the 5th year. But sadly, tragedy was waiting for him just around the corner. You see, during his 4th season playing for the Kings, which was also his career's best so far, Willie thought that a big contract was about to come his way, but instead, he was signed to the Golden State Warriors for a pretty bad deal, landing just...
I knew he looked familiar, so he was on my favorite team, and I didn't even know. I knew it. Stephen Curry, bro. See, I knew it, bro. Stephen Curry, bro. What if Stephen Curry put him on with the fatty, bro? Oh my God. If Stephen Curry put him on, that's crazy. Because he was already raw. Curry was like, bro, you want to get like me, though? I was raw like you at one point. Now I'm cold. Hey, hold on, though. Let me find out.
Above the league minimum. That was the first of Willie Constine's many problems. During the exact time that Willie Constine was away from home regarding this bad deal, 3 of Willie's friends were shot and one of them killed at his Sacramento apartment. He later commented that this was the beginning of his mental health problems, as a bad deal after an amazing season along with his friends getting shot seemed like too much to handle at the time. But that was only the beginning. Shortly after, his wife got pregnant, which on the surface seemed like a good thing, which it also was, but for Willie, it was extra stress that he now had to deal with. He later commented that too many weird things and big changes were happening at the time. It was hard for him to do everything while also playing at the highest level, but perhaps the biggest hit to his mental state was right around the corner. Remember when we mentioned that Willie Constine was mostly raised by his grandmother?
Yeah.
Well, during that time, she was sadly diagnosed with...
Why that nigga look like that? His ass look... No, I ain't gonna talk about him. His face enough, man.
cancer, which was incurable. This
I ain't
was the
even look
last
at
straw
that.
that drove Willie to start seeking help from taking drugs. Playing basketball didn't seem like a priority anymore, which is sad since Willie was arguably at his career peak. But out of all the drugs available, why did he choose fentanyl as a way to deal with all the stress?
Boy, he was
Especially
trying to go with his peoples. What you mean? Why he choose that? The only way somebody choosing that is if they wanna. They choosing tweaking, bro. Tweaking. I don't wish that on nobody. Nobody. Fuck you talking about?
basketball player who needed to perform at the top of his game. Well, he didn't actually. You see, Willie thought that he was taking bootleg Percocet, which is bad enough already. Willie later commented that he had been taking these pills by the handful every day for a couple of years. Now I remind you that fentanyl is 50 times more potent than heroin, which really begs to ask the question, how was he able to function and play in the NBA while taking so much of it on a daily basis? Well, he wasn't really functioning at all. Willie said that he was asleep for most of the time, and when he was awake, he wasn't really there. What was making matters even worse was that Willie didn't really talk to his grandmother when she was slowly nearing her death. He said that he couldn't bear watching his grandmother slowly wither away, which drove him to take even more pills than he already was. It went so far that Willie was taking those pills just to get through practice. His teammates weren't completely blind about his mental issues either, as they commented that Willie had lost his energy, his love and passion for basketball, and even his personality. Although his teammates didn't realize how bad the situation really was, they started noticing that something was really off. Now, during this time, Willie was playing for the Dallas Mavericks, and his drug problem eventually started weighing heavily on his career. After the conclusion of the 2019-2020 season, Willie opted out his contract and decided to be a free agent instead. He has later said in interviews that by this point, the pills hardly had any effect on him and were mandatory for him to get through the day. That's also the reason why he was able to play ball, because
Hold on, you gotta be taking hell of them bitches if they not working. The fuck, Juice World was taking hell of them bitches and they was still working. He was just taking 10. This nigga said they wasn't working at all, so he had to switch. What the fuck? Nigga tweaking.
wasn't high, he was just numb. Now, when he checked into rehab, he still thought that he had been taking Percocet for the whole time, but after they ran some tests, he quickly realized that it was in fact fentanyl. Willie has also acknowledged that he is truly lucky to be alive, as there are many
Oh,
cases.
so he had fake. Whoa, so he didn't do it by choice. He didn't know. See, that's why you gotta be careful. Y'all let them pills be dangerous as hell, boy. That shit, man, easy as hell to lace that shit. People be bogus as hell for doing that shit. First off, maybe somebody was trying to get him out of there.
People who have never taken a drug in their life dying after just one pill of laced Percocet. There could be two reasons to why Willie was able to stay alive while taking a handful every day. One is that, thanks to his size and lifestyle, the pills were enough to kill him, as he's built up a tolerance after some time. The other is that all the pills he took weren't laced, which is quite unlikely, but still a possibility. Either way, Willie is truly lucky to be alive today. On January the 15th, Willie was waived from the Dallas Mavericks and signed a 10-day contract with the Philadelphia 76ers on the 24th of February, which lasted until the 3rd of March, as he was once again waived. Willie took a 7-month break after that to recover and returned playing for the Rio Grande Valley Vipers in October as a completely new man. Today, Willie is playing for a Chinese team in the Chinese Basketball Association, and even though his career didn't really go the way he hoped in the beginning, Willie seems to be happier than ever. Willie's wife later gave birth to his twin sons, which seemed to have given him the spark back that he lost in 2020. Willie later said in an interview, "I'm doing the best I've done in like 10 years. This is the best I felt, probably since I left Kentucky. And there's still a lot of game in this body. I'm rested, I'm fresh, I'm ready." Well, if you like this video, click on this video right here to see what happened every time LeBron and Steph Curry matched up.
No, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. The fact he was taking fake ones, I'm over here thinking he had them bitches on point, on standby, on purpose. What you talking about? Hey, good thing he's still alive, man. People be bogus, y'all. Lay off the pills, lay off all the. I feel like if it ain't Mary Jane, lay off of it. Mary Jane, I guess liquor. T.I. the self. That shit legal, so shit. Yeah, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this shit. Hopefully Curry wasn't doing that shit.